So, if I could sit beside you tonight and guide you through one simple psychological routine to help prepare your mind for healthy, rejuvenating sleep, this is what I teach you. Not because it's magical, not because it's guaranteed to work every single night, but because it's built around what psychology, behavioral sleep science, and clinical hypnosis research tell us about helping the brain become ready for sleep. So I'm going to go through it. One of the biggest misconceptions about sleep is that it's something we have to make happen. People often climb into bed thinking, right, now I have to go to sleep. Now I have to get to sleep. And they monitor whether they're asleep. They check the clock. They become frustrated. They try harder. And ironically, that's often what keeps the brain awake. Sleep isn't really something you do, it's something your brain allows when the conditions are right. And that's exactly what the routine that I'm sharing here today is designed to create. So, the first step, step one, is to build a psychological landing strip. So that is, about 15 minutes before bed, begin reducing stimulation. Dim the lights, put your phone somewhere out of reach, turn off the news, let your brain realize that today's demands are gradually coming to an end. Think of an aeroplane approaching a runway. It doesn't arrive at full speed and suddenly stop. It slows down gradually. Your mind deserves exactly the same courtesy. Already, you are signaling to your nervous system. Nothing particularly demanding needs my attention right now. So, step two, second step, you settle your breathing. So sit comfortably. You don't need to lie down yet, but you allow your breathing simply to become a little slower, a little quieter, and let out each breath be slightly longer when you exhale than when you inhale. Again, though, don't force anything. There's no prize for taking the deepest breath. Instead, imagine each exhalation releasing just a little unnecessary effort. And I deliberately use the word effort rather than stress because many people are working incredibly hard to get to sleep. So next time, do the opposite. So then the third step, step three, you narrow your attention. Now gently bring your attention to one thing. Perhaps your breathing, perhaps the feeling of your hands resting comfortably, perhaps the sensation of the chair beneath you. And your attention will wander. That's perfectly usual. That's normal. Simply bring it back again and again. You're not emptying your mind, you're training it. So then the fourth step, step four, you use the body scan, the hypnotic body scan, if you like, and slowly move your attention through your body, through your feet, your legs, your hips, your tummy, your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your face. And the important thing here is that you're not trying to relax. Okay, so don't try to relax anything. Simply notice and accept. So curiosity often succeeds where effort fails, and very often relaxation begins appearing all by itself. Step five, then, the fifth step, is that you create a peaceful scene. Just create one peaceful scene. So imagine somewhere you genuinely enjoy, perhaps a quiet woodland, a beach, a favorite walk, your own garden. Notice colors, sounds, the temperature, the textures around you. Allow yourself to become increasingly absorbed. Um, this is not about escaping reality. It's about giving your attention somewhere peaceful to rest instead of allowing it to wander back to tomorrow's to-do list, for example. Step six, the sixth step here, is to plant a helpful suggestion. Plant one helpful suggestion and quietly remind yourself, my body already knows how to sleep, or I don't need to force it. I'm simply creating the conditions in which sleep naturally arrives. Notice these are not exaggerated affirmations, they are believable. Your brain responds remarkably well to suggestions that feel credible. Step 7, create a sleep cue, your sleep cue. So before you get into bed, use exactly the same small cue every evening. Perhaps you put your hand upon your heart or rest one hand on your tummy. Perhaps you quietly say one word to yourself. I rather like the word settle, settle. And you do that every night because the brain loves patterns. And over time, the cue itself may begin reminding your nervous system that sleep is approaching. And if you wake during the night, if you wake at 2 a.m. in the morning, please don't immediately look at the clock. Don't begin calculating how many hours remain. Instead, return to your breathing, return to your imagery, return to your body scan. Your objective isn't to make yourself sleep. If you, it's to continue creating the conditions in which sleep can return naturally. And sometimes that's all your brain needs. And people often ask, clients, students, ask, how long does it take for self-hypnosis to improve sleep? And the truthful answer is that it varies. Some people notice changes almost immediately. For others, it's a gradual learning process. And that's exactly what it is, learning. Like strengthening of any psychological skill, the more consistently you practice, the more familiar the process becomes. And eventually, many people notice something rather interesting. They're no longer trying to sleep, they're simply allowing sleep to happen. And that's a wonderful place to arrive at. Sleep isn't something you force, it's something you allow. Enjoy that process and sweet dreams.